Hey guys, welcome to Change or Die. Okay, Change or Die is a little quick 2 minute shit thing I want to share with you in regards to the fans of Always Grow Personally. Now listen, this story changed my life. Okay, I heard the story 3 years ago, and it scared me so badly that I thought to myself, you know what? This story gave me the ability to take action. The story came from my uncle. My uncle happens to be a double diamond in Amway, and has been that way since I was 9 years old, and so he was always giving me personal development things. I grew up to Lou Tice, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, things of that nature. So for me, success wasn't an option; it was an expectation. And that's why I've always been successful. But the story for Change or Die for me was when I was 37 years old. He told me this story. And there were things that I told him I was going to do when I was 22 years old that I never got around to doing. And he goes, Joe, if you don't change something right now, you are going to be 52 years old, which is another 15 years, and nothing would have changed. And that really struck me, guys. So I want you to listen to this story, and I want you to pertain it to yourself. Patterns are so ingrained in us. I don't think we realize that the change that we have to make in our lives is just so deeply ingrained. The things that we do are so deeply ingrained that you don't even realize it. Let me explain. University of Michigan performed a study in 2001, and the study went for 3 years. They asked 300 people to participate, and to qualify, these people had to fit into this category. Number one, they were going to die if they didn't change the way that they ate. They were so sick from the food that they ate that if they didn't change the way they eat, they were going to die. And number two, they had to answer yes to the following question. You will die within the next 3 years if you do not change the way you eat. Do you want to change? And all 300 had to say yes. Of the 300 people that said yes, guess how many died? 285 people died, guys. Yes, 285 of the 300 people died within 3 years. We all know change is hard. These people were faced with death, and they couldn't change. I mean, tell me how bad that is. In order to change, it has to be immediate, not planned. And what I mean by immediate, guys, is it has to be something where you can't say, you know what, I'm going to go on a diet Monday. Okay, that doesn't work. It has to be, you know what, I'm sick of the way I feel. I'm going to change now. I'm using diet as an example. This can be anything. I'm going to not let people push me around. I'm going to start making more money. I'm going to start listening to positive things. It absolutely has to be immediate. Number two, it has to be violent, meaning you start that change and you resist the internal struggle that you have to go back to your old ways, whether it's giving up coffee, food, you name it. It has to be a violent change. Number three, there has to be emotional backing to it. Tony Robbins says if you change the way that you feel about something, you can change your life. So if you actually have to give up coffee or if you have to give up soft drinks or something of that nature, make sure that you put some emotional attachment to it. Say, you know what, here's how I'm going to look and feel when I'm done with this. That will help you get through the hard times, guys. So change or die. I hope this helped, guys. I'm telling you right now, to find out more about this story, um, you can go to the Always Grow Personally website and actually request information on it. But just think about this. I have another personal story I want to share with you. One time, my buddy Steve, my best friend since the first grade. I'm 40 years old now. We've known each other 34 years. Every single day we would go to the same gym and work out for 2 years. We would meet in the parking lot. We would walk through the thing, and we would actually go into the locker room together, talking the whole time. I would go into the first set of lockers and change because it was a quicker way out. He would go to the back of the locker room because when we went alone, this is where we went. For 2 years working out together, we would go to the same spots. We would just talk in the parking lot, talk in the hallway, and then change where we changed. And we would always go to the same spot. And after 2 years, I finally looked at him. I go, do you have any reason why we don't change next to each other? And he goes, Joe, when I come alone, that's where I go. When you come alone, that's where you go. And I just figured that's the way it was. Guys, we are so ingrained in our patterns, I wouldn't even change where I changed in the locker room. With my best friend, we would stop our conversation and sometimes pick up on it, and sometimes it would take a few minutes to get back into the groove. We would stop mid conversation to change in different spots of the locker room. How stupid was that? But we didn't even recognize. But guys, patterns like that are all over. I brush my teeth when I get up. I can't function without brushing my teeth. That is a pattern. That's a good pattern, of course. But understand there are bad patterns that we have that we have to stop, and they need to be violent and immediate. Thanks for listening, and I hope this helped.